I'm a legend, born with fire in my bones. Raging higher, I'm ascending to the throne. I'm in your head now, making you sweat. Seeing red now, yeah, I'm a threat. Counting rings now, cause I'm a king. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me. Among the greats now, embrace my fate now. This is my time, this is my place. We're making history and this is how it's made. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm a champion, I got thunder in my bones. I got the crown and I ain't ever letting go. I'm coming for you, there's no escape. Gonna flow, yeah, make no mistake. All eyes on me now, come hear the king. Dynamite, let's ignite this thing, let's go. Among the greats now, embrace my fate now. This is my time, this is my place. We're making history and this is how it's made. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! This is my time, this is my place in the limelight, cause this is my fate. Every hand that's held me up, every fan that's kept their faith. I'm here to show the world that this was no mistake. We're making history and this is how it's made.
Okay. I think we are live. I believe Wrecked is in here. Pretty sure. Let's see here. Gotta find some
Mine has pictures now.
all right.
Are we live? Let's see. So if I go to breaks.
I'm sure. I know we're live. I have to grab the live link though. I forgot.
How to do this.
Huh? I gotta put the live link in the app. What did he say?
He said I'm the only person that bought. Weird. I'm the only one that bought into this break.
And he bought a spot. Okay. What's up, Wrecked? What's going on, guys?
Yeah, there it is. I don't know how to work that very good yet. I'm learning still.
I mean, me too. I think
I learned
I'm.
how to do a break. Like actually did it yesterday because I helped Josh with that player one.
I wonder if I got a.
I didn't get a notification though. Wonder if that's because I don't have my notifications set up right. What happened last night, Rect? What happened last night? What did I miss?
Stayed up and said, "Oh, of course, dude.
What happened?
I had been out with some friends.
Oh, after work you went out?
Yeah,
Okay.
I went out with a couple buddies, drank a few beers, and I was like, it's like 11 o'clock. I'm on my way home. I'm like, man, I just want to stop somewhere else and have another beer before I get home.
You just weren't ready to go home yet.
That was what, like,
Yeah, you just wanted a
but
nightcap.
there's like
yeah.
there's nothing open
What? At 11 o'clock on a...
except for Applebee's. So I bellied up to Applebee's, and we were, just shooting the shit on the app or whatever, giving
Yeah.
Cody a hard time, and I was like, all right, Wrecked, pick a box, any box in the store, nothing's off limits. We're gonna run a free break for everyone that was watching.
Yeah.
So we ended up doing an update Sapphire.
Oh, damn. Wreck, that a boy. That's taking advantage right there.
I was like, I personally probably would have went for the Prism 13-14 basketball just to see what's inside. But
Yeah. But still, though, he picked a great box. Like, that's...
it was good too. I think they pulled a black ice to 10.
Yep.
I can't remember who the
So that's
the auto,
both. So both of those. I opened one over there, and there was a black to 10 as well.
the autograph was Rafaela.
Ooh, that's a good one. Color or no?
Yeah. I
Green,
can't remember because I don't
gold.
think I was really well. I think I was just more focused on drinking some beer at that time.
Yeah. That's true. What
Wrecked.
color was the Rafaela wrecked?
I'm pretty sure that Wrecked hit the Rafaela.
That's nasty if he did. Whoa. Damn, so to 99? Hell yeah. So there, in the one I opened, there was a black, 2 golds, and then the auto was to 199 just base.
It was solid.
Congrats, Rack. That's a nice card, dude.
Solid.
Did you do a 30
solid.
spot free break?
I think only like 12 people got in.
Well, those 12 people win for hanging out.
Yeah, it worked out. It was fun. Now we're here. So State of the Diamond. I guess I wonder if I should put something else, or I could guess I could go here. I could just blow this up like this.
Golden Orange Leisure. Jankowski. Not bad at all. I'll take that.
I'm gonna slide over this way, so you can kind of be there on the camera. We could even slide back just a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
I have Adam with me today.
What's up, everybody?
I don't know how many people we'll have in here, but Chris Haynes, what's up?
What up, Chris?
I made a sick picture, but I don't know how to get it onto the video clip. So we'll figure that out later. Gold and orange leisure, black Janikowski.
2 Leisures? I hate when they do that. 2 of the same player in color in one box. It happens a lot.
Dude, Sapphire is bar none
So
my
gorgeous.
favorite product.
It's just beautiful. I mean, how do you not like the color?
Chris Haynes, what's up, dude? How you been? Obviously, the whole point of coming live, is for you guys to ask any questions that you might have, and to also kind of cue you guys in on the different things that we have going on. So I don't know how to do that because we're not on OBS here.
Oh, because you want it on here? Is that where you want it? Or where do you want it?
Oh, whoever works day shift today is gonna be so mad because I am absolutely just fucking.
Screwing with everything. It's good practice, though.
Oh, I
Have
could
you
just-
hit your Braden Montgomery yet, Chris? Have you gotten like a big one yet? I know you were chasing him. Have you hit a big one yet? I don't even know what you're moving around back there.
I don't know how to get back to the camera part. Oh, is that me?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. So let's bring this.
We're using Streamlabs on this side. I use OBS. What's up, JC? Yes, shipping has gotten much better. Shipping has, we hired another person, another awesome employee that has been here for, what's he been here? Started last week? Started last week, and it's been really good. Like, our turnaround times have been very good. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy, though? I was going to ask you, Chris. I haven't talked to you much, so I was wondering how you felt about the trades y'all have been making. I think it's wild to give up your last 2 top picks. I think that's wild. Yeah. Yeah, JC, it was ugly there for a minute. We figured it out, though. It takes time. Oh, yeah, you did. You ain't wrong, Chris. You really did. You guys paid a lot. Buddy's a lefty that throws 98, so how often you see those? And he's 24 years old.
Yeah, shipping. to elaborate on the shipping question too. So we had a few things that kind of came up, right? First things first, we got really backed up with some products like Allen & Ginter. Allen & Ginter is a very cheap product, which makes it easy to fill breaks of it because of the cost. The cost is less to the collector to get into it. And so
There's a lot of cards.
there's just a lot of sorting. I mean, a full case of Allen & Ginter was like a 4 or 5 hour sort and package. Just one case. And we, I think, ripped like 6 or 7 cases in one day. You know, we went through probably 35 cases of Allen & Ginter in the first week and a half. So if you're doing the math in your head and you think of 35 times, 5, that's kind of the amount of time that had to be sorting, right? And shipping.
Chrome update came right behind it.
And then we had an employee that was in our shipping department that quit, which was, that it's fine. People have different things. That person had another full-time job. I think it was just kind of a little bit too much for them to, because we were obviously so busy. So now we have a full-time plus guy back there that's going to be he's here every morning, early in the morning. He's working on stuff. That way we get everything out during the day that we want to get out per day. We hired another gentleman who worked with him. These are people that we, the owners, have known for a long time. So it's kind of nice to have a couple people that can commit to more of a set schedule. How are you strategically thinking about scaling the operation scope of the growth? So that's another cool piece, is that we do have a lot of organizing that we're working on right now. The whole back of the house, which I'm sure a bunch of you guys have seen, the whole back of the house is getting revamped. And we are turning that entire back of the house into shipping and sorting. So we're probably gonna move eBay off of site, and we are going to turn the entire back of house into shipping and sorting. So eBay will end up getting its own office somewhere. So that's kind of one aspect of it. Also, you know, as we're growing with new stores and stuff, I think like it's a phenomenal question. Kind of a tricky one because we don't really know. You know, Tarek is running the Philly store, and I have full faith in Tarek that he can handle and manage that. It's all about finding the right people. First and foremost, you have to find the right people to help you, you know, continue to grow, right? I think we're making a lot of strides in like our own personal repacks that we make. So like the private reserves and the piggy banks and the Black Fridays, like you guys got to see all those. There are even better things coming in the form of repack products. The reason why repacks are so great for a business like ours is because we can kind of control that margin. And I know if you guys pay attention to our repacks versus like what other people are doing for repacks, you're going to know that ours are the best. That's just because, you know, before anyone was doing repacks, we started doing them. And, oh, that's the best. Now, how do you get there you go. So now you can make us smaller again, or put us in the corner or something.
Yeah. There we go. That's pretty great right there. Oh, I lost it.
So anyways, you know, the repacks, it's something that we've been buying cards for repacks for so long that we have a whole Rolodex of people that will bring us their stuff. We typically buy at around 70%. That means when we put the repacks together, we can put stuff in at full eBay comps, and we're making our margin just because of the buying that we've done. Let's see here.
Well, and like Chris, as an employee, right? I've been here, I don't know, almost a year now. Like, it's crazy. I think the same thing, right? All of us think the same thing because it looks so different from 6 months ago. I mean, we have multiple streams and everything, but none of us realize like their brains and how they operate. It's actually incredible. Like the back of the store thing, none of us ever would have thought of that. And all of us are excited because it's going to make all of our streams even better. Like as a breaker, we're very supported by them. And we always have that support to accomplish the things we need to do so you guys can get the product you guys want.
Rect, what's your question that you were upset about? When the case of 23
He wanted to rip it as a
came in,
break.
it was decided to sell it all as personals.
He wanted to do a PYT
Okay.
case.
So I bought that case to put it on the shelf in the store. And yes, that we could have done breaks with it. And honestly, it sold so fast. Like I'm like, where'd that Inception case go? And it was gone. Now, I promise you, I'm trying to find more, and I will find more. It's just it's really tough. But yes, I 100% wrecked. I agree. We should have done some PYTs, at least like a 3-box or a 4-box PYT to give everyone kind of a chance to dabble in there. And then, you know, if personals are personals, 100% get it.
I could have at least done a mixer with a couple.
Or a mixer, and honestly, like I had intended to do some of that stuff.
He
but
did.
but it's probably my biggest pet peeve, to be honest, is the products thing, because I am constantly combing, you know, all the different dealers that I know, other websites, you know, hitting people up that have card shops in other states, and I'm always looking for product, right? I'm always looking to bring in cool product that I know, like, you know, we've done really well with, or the customers really like it, or stuff that I thought had like very good value. That's why, like, and I and I don't mean to bring up Bob Ross, but the reason why Bob Ross, like, I could have kept buying it when it was $700-800 a box, but I just felt like if we were opening that stuff at $700-800 a box, even though everyone loved the cards, it would be like a disservice to the customers because really, like, there's no value left there now for you.
Yeah. Because I mean, the likelihood of hitting a card that even remotely
And
covers
and
the
it's kind of an animal house here when I get more product in, I put it on the shelf, and then the breakers will grab boxes off the shelf, and I'll even come in, and I'm like, where the hell is all the product? I just bought all these different boxes so the shelves would be stocked.
I have an answer.
The stores and platform shows.
So Chris, direct so I was kind of guilty of that, right? So Inception's one of my favorite products as well. So I grabbed it, and obviously I knew he liked it. Yes, with 23 Inception, I regret that. And we can definitely talk about it more. Maybe we'll all talk about it. That's a good recommendation. I do like that.
I personally would have rather done a break with it.
Case break would have been fun.
A case break with it because
Good case, too.
because we are so the margin that was made on that case was so low compared to where I had to buy it at. So at a case break, you can add $10 a box and spread that cost out amongst all the teams. That's one way to get to actually where you can make a little bit of money on something, and opposed to doing the personals or whatever. But 100%.
So Chris, with that, right? So Bowman Draft, huge release. We have technically 4 platforms that we rip on just in Eagan, Minnesota. And then Tarek is obviously going to have his own channel. And with that, when there has been multiple Bowman breaks in a day, us as breakers have noticed that, right? Because there's a lot of you guys, I mean, Chris and Rec, both of you guys come into multiple of our streams, right? And you almost feel like you want to help each one of us breakers. Well, at the end of the day, I mean, with growth comes also us as breakers. It's not always going to be the same people every time anymore. You guys have a preference of which breaker you want to rip it with or which stream you prefer to log into. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys, it's been all right with draft. We've still seen new people coming in. But how we're going to continue is just going to keep growing. I mean, we've been slowly growing. I mean, all you guys have been on my stream as well. That's a totally different animal than YouTube, than TikTok. There's just so many people in the hobby now. It's kind of cool, to be honest, on how it's been expanding. Slowly, and it's just keeps going.
I think, like, our commitment to doing in-store events, so that's something that I plan to expand on, is doing in-store events. In-store events would include, like, having you guys come in, and I do a grading workshop with you. So I would show you exactly what I'm looking for on a card for grading and why I would send a card or not send a card based on what I'm seeing, for PSA and stuff like that. Also trade nights. I think we're going to introduce a TCG trade night. So that's something that we're going to start doing in the near future. And then obviously, like, the live events. So Minnesota Card Show in April is going to be massive. But we also are doing an all TCG show that I haven't announced yet, but it's going to be March 1st. And that one's going to be at Canterbury Park. So that's going to be an interesting one.
So, Rec. Okay.
Hang on a second. I'm going to finish my thought. We have another Hobby Clash, which is another event that's all collectibles, sports cards, like everything. So the reason behind doing these events, and this is why I wanted to do them, was because I wanted to be able to expand the Triple Diamond brand outside of our local consumer market that supports us here in Eagan. Obviously, we've had an online presence for years and years and years, and that will continue to grow. But I think that like doing all of these different card show events and being the main sponsor and stuff like that, and now with the app, I think you're going to see, and it might take a little bit of time, you're going to see more people come in and more breaks fill because of the app, because you're going to be able to download the app onto your phone, and you're going to have that icon there. Like, so that's kind of a roundabout way of answering it. And then also like in the store, you know, when we first opened up in Eagan, we were like 80-20. Outstate customers was 80%, 20% was in-state customers for our online breaks. That totally flipped when we opened Eagan, which means that we got a lot more of the local community involved into breaking with us. And so having multiple more stores, so, you know, Fargo and Philly, that's just a whole new group of people that can, you know, join into our online streams, join into the chat, join into the breaks, get to know the people that are running those stores and become, you know, part of the TDS family, right? So the whole thing, it's like a very big picture of why we do the things that we do, why we're so active, and you know, like I know a lot of card shops are like closing right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of breakers that are calling it quits. There's a lot of card shops that are closing, and it's because they never thought outside of the box. They never tried to, you know, be as engaging as we are with our customers. So, you know, I see we have a few questions, so I'm probably going to move on from this one.
The first one is, so Rect, we've talked about what platform Tarek will be on. We've talked about it. Obviously, we're aware that that side is growing, and if we did do it, he would just operate under a different break. It would just be essentially a separate channel within the same channel. So none of my breaks would.
If we do that in Philly, so if we do another channel in Philly for Fanatics Live, that would be a separate channel. So they would have their own separate breaks on there. That's not to be said that we wouldn't have another Fanatics Live breaker here in Eagan, but as you guys know, like it's all about finding the right personality and the right fit. Like I don't want anyone to come in here and not be a, you know, happy go lucky, positive, you know, enjoy what they do and enjoy it with you guys. So it's hard to find the right fit, and I think Fanatics Live also kind of takes a bigger step in that direction of, you know, you just need the right person to kind of go onto that channel. All right, let's see here.
And they do kind of. So, Chris, I will say there has been a little bit of that with Bowman Draft, because Bowman Draft specifically is a very niche product, right? Not everybody likes Bowman Draft, right? Some people are like, I'm staying away from prospecting. So there's been a little bit, but not a ton.
There is, Chris, because sometimes, like, you know, if Adam has breaks up on Fanatics Live, some of our YouTube customers might go there and buy spots instead of buying on the app, or vice versa. You know, that definitely does happen, but I think those streaming hours spent on the different various platforms just bring more people into the business, which ultimately, like, new customer acquisition versus, you know, on streaming and stuff like that, like that's probably the best way to get new customers involved, is by just streaming on different various platforms. Okay, now Zelmer. I haven't seen many streams yet.
It's a Philly break. We just ship it here, right?
For YouTube, will there be different streams for each store? Okay, I'll kind of answer that. Be specific where the break is. Yeah, so that is a good question. So if we break on the app from Philly or from Fargo, we will be able to have it as a separate channel on the app. So you'll be able to click.
But he's wondering if he's local pickup here, will we ship his cards here and then he can come pick them up here, or will we ship them straight to his house from Fargo or Philly?
It would probably anything from Philly would get shipped to you from Philly. What we will probably do if we end up streaming live on the app from Philly is we would have you change your name to LPMN, so we'd know you're local pickup Minnesota, or LPPA, so we know you're from PA, or ND if you're in North Dakota. That's something that we've talked about. On the app.
Just recognizing what you're talking about. Yeah, Rec. So I do every time. It's a known issue on Fanatics that when you hit begin unboxing, it's not instantaneous. So it's always lag behind. There's nothing I can do about it. You hit begin unboxing and it doesn't recognize it. The replays are always messed up. That is something all of us breakers on Fanatics have said. It's something with their software. They don't know why it does it. As soon as I go on live, it reverts 10 minutes. It's really weird. And yeah, it would be TDS Philly. It would be a separate channel. So same thing as you see with Filth, right? They have multiple channels. Same thing.
And Chris, I kind of understand where you're coming from. Where hey, maybe having so many different streams could take away from just the main channel. So if we just had the main channel running, does the sales on the main channel, outpace all of the streams combined because you're bringing everyone under one area to do the breaks? The issue with that is breaks are definitely a very important portion of our business, but also personals. And I'm not saying that we can't do all the personals on one channel too, but I would say having different streaming avenues, so different channels, it can bring the right person in at the right time. And the sales that are generated off of the person randomly being on TikTok or someone hopping into Fanatics Live in the afternoon and he's not doing a break, but we're breaking over on YouTube, that person can then rip the personal. So having the multiple streams running, I think is actually a symbiotic relationship. Sometimes can it make things a little bit slower to fill? Sure. But that's also on us educating. So product education is extremely important. If we're not educating you guys on Bowman Draft and what Bowman Draft is, how would we expect you to buy it? You don't know any of the players. Okay? So that's us doing the research ahead of time and then sharing our knowledge with you guys on who these prospects are, why they're important, why they could have breakout, shots up into the majors. That's on us to educate. So if a product's moving slow, and I mean, pricing is obviously a factor too, but the most important part with sales, especially with breaks, is education. If you guys don't know the products like we know the products, and we're not sharing that knowledge with you, that's on us, not on that the breaks are just feeling slow.
Because as a breaker, right, we all want to rip the whole shift. That's what we love to do. We like ripping cards. We like cards, or we would not work here. That's the truth, right? That's the base of why I wanted to work here, is I love cards. If I just sit there and stare at the screen, are you gonna, if there's a team that you're thinking about, gosh, that just seems like a good price, and you're maybe not wanting to ask the question, right? Because sometimes, somebody might be like, oh, you should look at the checklist. That's my job as the breaker to tell you guys, okay, these are the teams left. This is where I think there's good, this is a good cost for what you can get, right? And baseball prospecting is such a niche thing, it's kind of complicated. And Chris, so when you say user experience is important, you want to elaborate on that? What makes you decide which stream or which break? How do you determine where you're going to hang out for the day? Because we see you on multiple different streams. Same with Rect.
Can you go unlock the doors?
Yep, for sure.
Right, Rect? Expanding to a different form of content creation based on education and sale pitches to draw on potential customers. I think that product education is probably a key to driving sales, because like, again, if you don't know what's in a product and you have no idea what the upside of a product is, you don't know the players, you don't know the case hits, you don't know the short prints, you don't know any of that information, it's going to be harder for you to make the decision to buy something. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Your NBA buddy's about to come in.
Who?
Your NBA buddy. You'll recognize him. Go look at who it is quick. I can talk for you. Go look. It's your NBA guy. Yeah, I mean, we are not good at doing Discord, that's for sure. I mean, that's something that is a resource we definitely could do better at. One of the issues we have right now is we're just starting to do more social media. We actually just are working with a marketing company now that does the social media stuff because we are not great at it. And that's something that we need to be better at. So us as breakers are now getting them more clips to use. 100%. You're absolutely right, Chris.
You want to go up there?
Yeah, that's being worked on. Like I said, we just started working with them for that reason. I was saying how we started working with marketing to help us on social media. It's a lot of work.
That's definitely true, Chris. You're not wrong. FOMO obviously drives sales. So that's one really cool thing that's coming out on the app with probably 100% certainty. I think it's going to be done in like the middle of January. So it's basically a Discord that's built into the app with peer-to-peer messaging and topical chat rooms. I think that's going to be really great because then people can talk about a product, you know, even when we're not necessarily live. We can put out stuff in the chat rooms like, hey guys, here's a list of the top 15 prospects. I really believe in product education, and that starts with us educating you guys on the product prior to the... It is not, because it's from... It's from Update, so it's not the... Anyway, so... Sorry, I'm going to close this door. Once we open, it's like no holds bar for me. I'm getting asked questions and stuff out in the store. But like I was saying, I think product education is really key. That goes with us educating prior to a product release. So many choices of breakers. What makes you different, and why should a new customer work with TDS? I think that's pretty easy to answer. You know, I don't know a whole lot of breakers that offer a continuous live stream. We offer every single new product. We try to offer product in different forms, so case breaks, quarter case breaks, random team mixers, divisionals. We have, I feel like, very good customer service. Okay? If you hit a card with us in a break, we can immediately get that thing into the grading cycle. Or we can go and list that thing on eBay for you when the hype is there. We can grade your card and list it on eBay. So there's a lot of different aspects there, which are customer service things directly for the consumer, that I don't think a lot of breakers are taking the time to do it because it's a lot of work. eBay consignment, like our rates on eBay, if you've ever listed cards with us on eBay, our rates on eBay, like we're not making money off of doing the consignment. It's really about turning your guys' money over so that if you wanted to spend it back with us, you're able to do so. That's the whole point of us doing eBay consignment, is to get money back in your guys' pockets so that you might potentially spend that money back with us. Really. I think we have some work to do with our grading. It's getting better. We are submitting thousands of cards per month to PSA right now. So thousands of cards per month we're sending out to PSA. And I think that that's another area where we're going to be able to figure out a way to kind of plug some of these things into the app. So like if you list cards with us on eBay, I want to get a feature that shows you what your current balance is. Like, so, you know, you'll have like a toggle under your customer profile that says, hey, you know, you have, you know, $983.21 in your eBay account, and then having that option to transfer that into break credit, which would be pretty cool. Also with PSA, I like the fact that we're going to be able to probably have something on the app that tells you what stage your card is in. So you'll be able to follow that card through the process, just like if you submitted it yourself. And that can all be things that we add into your customer profile. We haven't really marketed, Chris, eBay consignment, and we haven't really marketed our PSA grading. The reason behind that is the fact that we want to make sure that everything is run like a well-oiled machine. And if we saw an influx of like 30%, let's say, on eBay consignment and PSA, it would probably overload our system that we have in place now. So that's why we're planning to move eBay into its own separate office. That way that can grow, and we can get that, you know, down to basically a science. Same thing with PSA. There are some things that we're going to be able to do with PSA that are going to make the whole process more speedy. Like, it's going to be faster and faster. And it's going to be something that if I come in to work and it's a slow day and Ramsey's not here, but there's PSA stuff to do, I can just jump in and take care of it. Right now, Ramsey's doing that PSA stuff, and there's not a system in place that would allow me to jump in and take over for him. As a customer, I have to say, I don't feel like you guys just after my money. Done brakes and whatnot. In Fanatics, I feel like a lot of breakers are they pump out brakes and chase money. Chris, you know, you're definitely right. And I think that coincides with probably our, you know, biggest like lack, and that's probably our social media. So content creation and social media, those are the two areas that we struggle with probably more than anything. And that, like, getting those things out so that people know about it is something that I'm gonna take some notes. You know, doing this Q&A is really helpful for me and for Ramsey and for Troy and for Tarek, because if there are things that you guys are like, hey, you know, we noticed this, or this is something that we'd like to see, you know, we can use these as tools to improve. Because, to be honest, like, you know, we're not perfect. We're humans. We're constantly trying to improve. You're watching this specific stream right now, and this is the best thing you could have done in a while. Oh, for sure, Chris, for sure. And this is something that I think I want to do either weekly or bi-weekly, with the holidays and stuff, and getting kind of a lot of things accomplished. I mean, I feel like we could do this every week, and just having a chat with customers. Not, I'm not here to rip boxes and sell stuff to you guys. It's literally just for you guys to, chime in with your thoughts, things that you like, things that you don't like. All of the things that make TDS great have stemmed from ideas that either myself or my business partners have had, employees have had, customers have had. All the things that you love about TDS have come from those conversations. And so if we can continue to keep that conversation open with you guys, it's going to help us just continue to grow, and for things to get better and better. For PSA and eBay, would we still drop off at Egan store? Daniel, yes, you would still drop off here. If we do get an office separate for eBay, it's going to be right here. You could, throw a rock and hit it from where we're at right now. There's some things in the works. That's all I can tell you right now. Yeah, Chris, and that's, part of our social media planning, is to do more content with staff members. So an idea that every Thursday I have a marketing meeting with, the TDS logo, and everything was created by one person. Let me see if I can flip the screen here. Private Reserve, Gold Bar, all of this stuff was created by one guy. All of my logos, these cover cards that have been in the piggy banks, all of these things are ideas that I've had, or the other guys have had, and we've communicated with our marketing, social media, graphics person. We have that person's on the payroll now, year round, so he's constantly doing work with us. And one of the things that we're asking him to do is to expand upon social media and content creation. Now, there's also organic creation. I don't know if you guys saw did you guys get to see the Barry Bonds collection video? Top 3 goals for 2025. I liked when the breaks were on the screen like before, and a new intro song. So it's so funny that you said that about the intro song. It's so funny. We took the intro song away for a long time because we had it going, that we had the TDS Lightning with the intro song, and a lot of people love it, and then people were like, all right, we're sick of this, need something new. So we took that away, and then we ended up bringing it back after a year and a half, and everyone's like, dang, this is awesome, this is so sick. So super funny about that you brought that up. I love that. Top 3 goals, that's a great question. Top 3 goals is probably, I want to find some success in these new stores that we've opened. So finding some success with the new stores, that's going to be probably priority number 1. Okay. Next goal for me personally for the business is to continue to expand on the live events portion. So that's going to be like all of these different card shows and card events and stuff that we're doing, trade nights, in-store events, you know, like our Black Friday, I felt was really well done this year. You know, repacks, I feel like there's some events that can be built around the repacks that will be great for everyone. So expanding on the live events, you know, and all the different forms that they come into is probably my number 2 goal, that I want to just get those better, make them better. And number three is I would love to see us streaming, you know, Fanatics Live for 12 hours a day, having 2 TikTok channels running full time, like 12 hours a day. And then obviously having the app get more customized. So there's a bunch of different customizable things that we're working on the app that I think is just going to make the app so much better for you guys, that you guys are going to enjoy it more. Right now, I kind of feel like our website that we had prior to the app was maybe a little bit better than what the app is now. But I think that we can build upon the app and make it better and better and better and better, where people are going to enjoy it more. Let's see here. State of the Diamond was that's a great name for the Q&A. Great name. Let's see, that stuff like that is cool. And we can figure out a team list. I can work with the breakers and Troy, and we can figure out the team list along like the side of the video so you guys can see your teams. Define success without getting into a thing you should not discuss. I think success is going to be when we start seeing people from the different stores kind of pop up into our breaks. The other thing is, like, you know, when you run a retail business, especially like a card shop where we are, there are a few things that we look at, like metrics for in-store traffic, number of transactions in a day, some sales goals. Those are some things that I can't necessarily share with you what those numbers and stuff are. But I think like Egan hits our daily goals, like, you know, every day pretty much. We have so many great customers that come in every day. The foot traffic is really wonderful. So seeing Fargo, seeing Bensalem kind of hit some of those, you know, similar targets, because we have a lot of data now that's built off of having this store open since 2021. So we can actually go back and we can compare, you know, what was our first month when we were open in Egan compared to Bensalem. Now, I think Egan's always going to lead and outpace, you know, Bensalem and Fargo, for the simple fact that, hey, this is where we're all from. We are in a community that knows us, that we have friends. We had people that really supported us when we were first starting our business, and a lot of those people still support us to this day. So now you have to build up that community in the different locations. That's something that, you know, looking at some of those sales metrics, looking at some of those, you know, foot traffic totals, transactions ran through the POS. That's some of the success that I'm talking about. So that's going to be more like, hey, we'll have a better view of Pennsylvania 3 months from now. And then it'll continue to every 3 months, we'll have a little bit better view of it, because we're going to be able to compare and contrast versus, you know, here in Minnesota and whatnot. Can you scroll back down? Also, once a team is sold on the website.
I see what he's saying. Like, you can't see what they sold for in the last break, so he could plan, like, hey, if I want them in the next break, it's going to cost X amount of dollars.
Yeah, and that was done for a reason. honestly, like and you may not like it, and maybe everyone doesn't like it, and that's something that we can talk about. But I think it was done for a reason to kind of create that FOMO a little bit of you don't know what the team costs, and if it's sold right away, you're just like, dang, like I need to be more alert for when the next one drops. Also, like there's just a little bit to be said of like other breakers and stuff trying to use your pricing. So by not having your pricing out, really out there on our website, like it kind of keeps other people from being able to like steal our pricing, because it takes us a lot of time. We look at a lot of other breakers. We do our own research based off checklist strength. And sometimes you guys will see, we'll adjust prices on teams and stuff based on, once we start opening the product and we're like, oh, we should probably raise or lower this one. So that's kind of just protecting like our pricing.
That's a good question.
I actually love the collectibles market and so collectibles, gold, silver, crypto, collectibles, trading cards, all of these things that like, especially trading cards, memorabilia, they're tangible assets that you can hold in your hand. If the economy dips, right? If the economy dips and people lose a little bit of confidence or faith in the stock market, I would say a lot of people are more apt to stick some of their money in something that they feel like they have a better grasp on, something tangible that you can hold in your hand, that you can watch on TV. Like, hey, Ellie De La Cruz hit another home run today. Like, my card's probably going up in value, right? Whether it's true or not true, if you go back and you look at the recessions, the last 3 recessions we've had, trading cards, collectibles have outpaced the stock market in gold and silver. That is something that I think can be said, and I think we've gotten to a point now that there's so many new people into the hobby. There's so many people collecting that I don't feel like this is going anywhere. I had concerns when we first started the business, like, is this going to still be a business in 6 months? I feel like had we not opened up the Egan store, that I don't know that we would still be a business right now, to be honest. I think that opening up the Egan store kind of saved the company, because we had noticed the brakes started to slow when there was so many more breakers entering into the market, and people started, finding breakers that were more localized to them. You kind of started to lose a little bit of that, outstate customer base that we had. And so I think like when we opened up Egan, and then, getting access to more localized customers that can come in and like, you can come in and sit down with me and have a chat for 30 minutes. I would love to talk to you and know more about your life and what you enjoy and who you collect and stuff like that. So having that personal touch and being able to do that with customers, I work the front of the store every day. I'm up front. You want to talk to me, you can come to the store and sit down and have a chat. That personal touch is what I think's carried this business to the next level.
So, Rect, on your price thing, right? So I help a lot with the pricing, as you know. We talk about it all the time. Yes, they will, but I also see your point. Like, there is a valid point. I wrote down a question here for them, because I see what you mean, because it is so openly available on the Fanatic side. But you will be surprised at what, like, when we look for pricing as well, trying to figure out where we're at in the market, we look pretty in-depthly, because we're trying to make sure we are as fair as we can be to the customer as well. So
there's other guys out there too, Rect, that they look for pricing errors, and they like to post them on social medias and stuff like that. So I think like not having your pricing super out there, like, you know, it's not necessarily the biggest concern, but the way the app was designed, it was designed that way where, you know, when it's sold and it doesn't show the price. We could possibly change that, and to me, it wouldn't matter if we changed it and it did show the price. Not a big issue for me.
Because like you said, on Fanatics, you can go look at it whenever you want.
Yeah, it's not really a big issue, but I don't know how big of a leap that would be from a software standpoint and how much it would cost to kind of get that changed. You know, inflation is real, dude. It is real, and typically when inflation goes up and people don't have as much spending money because, you know, it's costing them more at the pump, it's costing them more in the grocery aisle, it's costing them more on their services, gas and electric and everything else. You know, the first things to go are hobbies. That's a real thing. The difference with sports card collecting and memorabilia collecting is that these things do have value. So there's something that does hold value. And I think that's what separates it from some of the other hobbies that people would probably kind of put to the side. You know, maybe you're not going to go bowling twice a week. Maybe you're not going to go, I'm trying to think of some other hobbies that cost money, but besides the point, I think that they're going to people would be more apt to drop things like that opposed to their collecting. Because, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking about my collection that I've built, and knowing that, like, hey, I collect sealed Pokemon. Okay. My sealed Pokemon has went up probably 300% in the last year and a half. So I'm not going to quit buying sealed Pokemon because I feel like I'm making a good investment with it, and I'm collecting it still. I'm still buying it. I'm buying it, you know, every time a new set comes out, I'm buying more. So I think it's hard to say, but I do feel like it's a little bit protected because of the storage of value, similar to gold, silver, similar to crypto, similar to, you know, messing around in the stock market. People view this oftentimes as something that they can make money on. We all know that that's not necessarily true. It should be more about just the collecting of things, but it's just the world that we live in. Can we make TDS After Dark Topless Tuesdays with Alex a thing? Oh my gosh.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That's pretty funny.
It was twice in a week that your nipples came out.
There are people that go I think like 3 of our employees go bowling like 3 times a week.
And they're not bad. Like,
they were talking about bowling yesterday, and they're talking about the oil on the lane and the pattern and all this stuff. I'm like, what is going on?
That's true. A lot of us share what we collect.
Players and teams. So I collect LeBron James. I collect LeBron James. I collect LeBron James. I collect Randy Moss. Moss is a big one for me.
Speaking of what Moss, do you see what JJ did last night?
Yeah,
I loved everything the Vikings did last night.
So definitely, you know, Moss, LeBron, cool stuff. Like, I like to get a card of a rookie quarterback. I like to get a card of like the number one offensive player, whether it's a quarterback, running back, or wide receiver. I like to get a rookie card of, you know, some of these top draft picks in basketball. I like just the upside potential that they have.
You hold a lot of your stuff.
I don't sell much. Like, if you guys know me, I probably give more of my stuff away for free than ever selling anything, which is probably the silliest thing that I could ever do. But it's just what I do. Also, like, just random weird things. Like, I like political stuff. I like historical stuff. So like some of my favorite pieces in my collection would be, I have a Robin Williams signed Hook photo where he's in the Hook, Peter Pan costume. And then I have a PSA slabbed note card, index card that Robin Williams had personalized and signed. And he signed it. It's a very old, it's probably one of the nicest Robin Williams signatures that you would ever see. And that's slabbed PSA 10. I had that framed together, and then I had a quote put in there, and I had it framed with like a really intricate, lots of leaves and vines, Italian wood. That's
cool.
Probably one of my favorite pieces that I own.
like,
I don't know
built
that I'll ever sell that. Another thing I could actually probably show you is this.
He has some really cool stuff. Like, he has very different stuff. It's cool.
So this is,
Oh, yeah.
you guys can see, you guys can
I
see,
can pull it up. Hold on. I'll pull it up for you.
this is one of my favorite pieces in my collection. So this is a Franklin Delano Roosevelt autograph right here. This is something that they did. It was a first day cover. So presidents, a lot of people, they would use these. So he was a stamp collector. Roosevelt was a stamp collector, and he must have been trading stamps, which is kind of cool. It's like us trading cards, right? He must have been trading stamps with another stamp collector, and he had sent this letter to that person. And what's really neat is if you see the address, it's actually, I think, 224 Davis Street.
Yep, Syracuse, New York.
So it says my name on it, which I thought was pretty cool. It's like personalized to me. And then I went out and got some old campaign buttons. So these are Roosevelt campaign buttons. And then this is an original photograph of FDR and Winston Churchill, after the war had ended. So I like putting together stuff like this.
This is what Rex's talking about in the chat. Who's on that thing, Rex? Who is that? I can't say what it is on the stream, but
Can you go grab the big plastic tub
which one?
with my Pokemon?
Oh, with your
stuff?
sealed stuff? Yeah.
I'll show you guys something else too.
Is it in the corner?
Yeah. I'll show you guys something else that I've been working on collecting. What's up, Caleb? Caleb, did you make the move to Kansas City? Are you back in your old stomping grounds? I have something else cool that I'd love to show you guys. So FDR is one of my favorite presidents.
I think this is so.
I need to buy a Kennedy. I've been like putting it off because they're so expensive. But I want to get a Kennedy, and I'm going to do something really, really cool with that. So let's see here. Yeah, Stellar Crown booster. All right. So here's another thing that I've collected since you guys are hanging out and watching. I collect sealed stuff. So getting into my collection. So this is like an original Wizards of the Coast Harry Potter Diagon Alley booster pack. I was combing eBay one night and I'm like, yep, gotta have that. Bought that. But the main thing is, and I don't have them all in order because I've let a few people look through them and they were all in order. But they're not anymore. So these are all different Pokemon booster packs. So I'm putting together one booster pack from every set that Pokemon has ever done, including all the weird random special ones. So you have like Burning Shadows, Team Up, Sun and Moon Base, Unified Minds, Unbroken Bonds, Lost Thunder. Let's see here. Another Team Up there. Here's some kind of cool ones. We have, this is a base set Charizard, booster pack. Blastoise base set unlimited. First edition Jungle booster pack. First edition Team Rocket. This is a Neo Genesis. This is just a regular unlimited Neo Gen. We have EX Ruby and Sapphire. First edition Gym Heroes. Neo Genesis, the Lugia artwork. Neo Gen, I actually bought in a full art set of this down in Dallas at the Dallas Card Show. Typhlosion, I can't remember. I think that one's name is, I can't remember. This is a really cool one. This is Skyridge. So Skyridge is, you know, probably around like $40,000 for a sealed booster box. So this is a hefty one. It's a hefty pack there. There's a first edition Neo Gen pack. Team Rocket first ed. Gym Challenge first edition. Jungle base set. We have EX Unseen Forces. That's a cool one. EX Holon Phantoms. That's a really cool one too. EX Hidden Legends. Another cool one. They're all cool. They're all cool to me. Diamond and Pearl Mysterious Treasures. Let's see here. Pop Series 8. Series 2 tops. The Johto Series 1 tops. This is Series 1 blue logo. Never heard of this. A Merlin Magic Message. This is a Pop 1. It's a Pop 1 pack, so. Series 3. I think this is actually a pretty good one here. Series 3. Another Series 1 blue logo. Platinum Arceus. Just kind of another set I like. I like the Platinum Arceus set. Let's see here. We have Majestic Dawn. Diamond and Pearl. It's cool. We have Pop Series 9. HS Triumphant. HS Unleashed. Black and White Noble Victories. Dragons Exalted. Emerging Powers. Legendary Treasures. Dark Explorers. I love the pack art on this one. I don't know if there's any like really big cards you can pull out of it, but they absolutely crush the pack art. Next Destinies. Regular black and white. We have Topps Chrome. It's a cool pack. They did something weird with this one. It literally looks like it's suspended in here. Kind of crazy. Darkness Ablaze. I have a couple Sword and Shield, and I don't have any Scarlet and Violet. I plan to buy all of these in 10s. I've really mainly been focusing my collection on getting all of the old ones first before I start doing all the modern ones. I'll save my favorite pack for the last one. Series 7, Series 4, Series 3, Prize Pack Series 1, Series 2, Prize Pack, Series 3, Series 4 Prize Packs. Those are what you get. Those are all what you would have gotten if you would have went and played in tournaments and stuff like that. Series 2, I got a couple Series 1s because I bought them on eBay, and they both tend. I don't know how they tend because it's really diamond cut, but I'm not complaining. I grade a lot of these myself. Hidden Fates, Shining Legends, and Generations. All super cool packs. And then I obviously, most of the packs I try to go for like the Charizard artworks or the Rayquaza artworks or the Pikachu artworks or, you know, the popular characters. Because typically most Pokemon sets will have like either 3 or 4 different artworks per set. Ultra Prism, Cosmic Eclipse, Celestial Storm, Dragon Majesty, Rebel Clash, Detective Pikachu, and Sword and Shield base. We're getting down there. I don't have a ton left. I have quite a few still at grading though. Let's see. Oh, these are all fun ones. We have XY Evolutions, XY Ancient Origins. Sick artwork, dude. XY Flashfire. Great set. XY Phantom Forces. Obviously had to go with the Gengar on that one. You can see we have Lugia here on the Fates Collide. XY Fates Collide. This is just XY base. Breakthrough. I think that's Mewtwo. No, it's Zoroark. And then Breakpoint, which is Gyarados. Then my favorite pack of all the packs, and this is one that you probably will never see again, is the Poke Creator pack. So there's only a rumored to be about 5,000 of these packs made total. And in the grand scheme of like, when you think of a set like, Surging Sparks, there's 36 booster packs in a box, and there's 6 boxes in a case, which is too much for me to do in my head right now for math. There's a lot of packs out there of every set, right? But this is a special one. So this was artwork. So all 5 of these characters that are represented on the pack have a card inside of this pack. The same 5 cards in each pack. And they're kind of like illustration drawings, which is cool. So I think that what they did was a contest. Warner Brothers did a contest. They had kids do some drawings. Then they took the drawings that were voted the highest and made cards out of them. So on the back of this pack, there's a Pikachu. It's the back card on the pack. The Pikachu, if graded a 10, is around $12,000. Any of the other cards that are in this pack in 10s are thousands of dollars. They're pretty low pop on the ones that got 10s. So it's just a really cool piece of Pokemon history. They're very uncommon. And so, yeah, it's one of my favorite packs. So that's just a part of my collection. I have so much stuff, guys. I buy and I don't really sell. It's okay.
Yeah, don't. And I need him to make some POs. Need Tark to make a couple POs. We got our show Apex. And 2 more cases of updates Sapphire.
Cool.
Booyah! Show Apex.
All right. So, anyways, that's some of the stuff that I. Do you participate in trade nights? Yeah, Daniel. If you haven't been to a trade night, I literally buy cards the entire time. I buy cards the entire time at trade night. That's where I buy a lot of stuff for Gold Bar. And then I'm also like always looking for stuff too. Rip a 50-50, you won't. Dude, can you imagine like hitting the chase card out of that? How much that would be worth? Don't rip it. You're talking about the pack or what? Honestly, this has taken me a while. It's so weird. It's just something that I randomly decided to do. Where I was just like, hey, you know what? How cool would it be if I had one pack of every set that Pokemon's ever made and graded them all? And that's literally what my Brain did, and then I just started buying. I just started buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. And now I feel like it's kind of a one-of-a-kind collection, especially once I get it complete. It's like never complete because they're always putting out new sets, but the plan is to just get every single pack ever, and yeah. Oh, I could never do that. I have no desire to open it. I like the pack. I just think having the pack sealed is just really, really cool to me. So, guys, it's almost noon. We've been live for quite a while. Oh, it's in there. It's definitely in there. It just would depend on what it would grade. I mean, if you open the pack and grade all 5 of the cards that are in there, if you open the pack and grade all 5 cards, you would be able to sell those cards very easily for the same price that the pack is. But I just like having the sealed pack. That's awesome, Daniel. So do you guys have any other questions for me before I get off? I would love to do this more regularly, so it's probably something that we will make kind of a regular feature where we'll come on, talk, you guys have questions, we'll answer them. I plan to bring in, breakers in here to do the State of the Diamond with me. The other owners will come in and participate. Maybe we can even get to a point where we have it set up more like a podcast and we can bring in some, athletes or something like that, which I think would be really fun. Well, thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the questions. If anyone does have anything else for me, I'm going to give it like another minute before I kind of close this down. I think I may have some people that are kind of waiting for me in the store, so I'll give it like another minute or so. So if you have any last minute softballs you want to throw me. What other channel can you go to where you can openly ask the owner? Oh, that's cool. I like that. Thanks, Rect. I mean, really, it's just it's a commitment to you guys, like, and it keeps us on our toes too. I mean, you can get complacent. That happens a lot in a lot of different careers or businesses. Is that you start to find some success and then you get complacent, and that goes with anything in life, right? So doing something like this, I think, kind of strips away that complacency and gives us more ideas or invigorates us to be better. When you guys have a concern, if I don't hear about it from a breaker or something like that, I might not know. But here, you can use this as like a soundboard to let us know, things that you like, don't like, or maybe like if there's something that you guys really like and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. We'll, put some more time and energy into that specific thing, right? So I think this is something that's important to do. It's a good check-in, a health checkup, basically, for the business, right? We get to talk to a lot of customers in store, but those of you that maybe can't make it to the Eagan location to have this conversation in person, like, this is a good spot to do that. So I really appreciate you guys coming in, and I don't know how long we've been live for. I think we've been live for over an hour, and I just really enjoyed answering the questions, getting to show you guys a little piece of my collection. And I have some more stuff I can show you guys maybe next time. Rect, I will ask him. And I'll probably see you on online. I was telling you guys last night, I haven't been watching the breaks really at night because our whole house is under construction. We're painting everything and doing some remodeling stuff. So like there's literally nowhere to sit. So it's like I either have to like just stand in the kitchen or just go to bed. So I've been just going to bed. But you know, I love to watch the breaks at night and to get involved in the chat. That's a lot of fun. Last night was a great time. So, yeah. I think today is David. So we'll probably be seeing David here in another half an hour or so, guys. I really appreciate all of you. You guys have no idea how much you mean to me and, you know, Troy and Ramsey and Tarek. Like, you guys are awesome. The best part about this business is the relationship that we've gotten to build with each and every one of you guys. So definitely really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one. I'm going to do the Triple Diamond intro just because someone said they didn't like the song. See you guys.
I'm a legend, born with fire in my bones. Raging higher, I'm ascending to the throne. I'm in your head now, making you sweat. Seeing red now, yeah, I'm a threat. Counting rings now, cause I'm a king. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me. Among the greats now, embrace my fate now. This is my time, this is my place. We're making history and this is how it's made. Let's go!